Hello, hello. Good morning. It is Nemi Batstone here with another weekly Facebook Live. I apologize for being a couple minutes late. I actually couldn't find my phone. So just a couple technical difficulties, of course, always first thing in the morning. So I am here with you on Saturday because Thursday night I had another engagement that I couldn't pass up on and had to attend. So it was a very important one because it's one of my besties' one of my besties' birthdays. And she is the first out of all of us turning 49, so I could not miss it. And so I'm just gonna try and make sure I can set up here and see all of you. Perfect, no problems there. So if you are there, say good morning, say hi, say hello, so then I know you can hear me, you can see me. And as always, when you do so, you will also be entered into a draw to win the cards that I create today. Now, I owe 2 draws because I didn't have time this week as well. Last week I forgot, and then this week I just haven't had time. I was gonna have it prepped for today, but what I want to share with you, I had to finish prepping last night because yesterday was team meetings. I had to prep for that and this. So it's been a little crazy and a little hectic. So I must admit that today might be a little longer. So make sure you grab a coffee or a tea or whatever your beverage is, or make sure you're on your phone or your iPad or some portable device so you can do things while you're actually watching me create. So I promised last week that I would share with you a quick unboxing of something new. So we have, just like our kits, we have online exclusives that are available for you to purchase. They're not in the catalog. They are only available through my website. So if you go online to nemibatstone.stampinup.net, then and go to shop, you will find them under the kids section. I think they might be even under specials. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember exactly, but it's definitely there. And usually it's flashing in the banner up top. So what I'm going to share with you today is one of the great benefits is a pre-order of what's coming in March. So one of the greatest benefits of being the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is you get things ahead of time. And last night we had team meeting. And so once a month I invite my team out to create together and share. And last night was a very, very, very special team meeting. We had lots to share and lots of friends to lean on when we actually needed them. So, and we also did card swap, but we also played with the new bundle that's coming out in March. So let me pop this down. And like I said, it might take a little longer because I'd love to do a little bit of technique with you. So it takes a bit longer to get going. So I'm just gonna pop this down. Oh, good morning, Cindy. Hello. Thanks for joining me today. So you're gonna get a view of my messy desk. So like I said, I did not have time to prepare as much because we had team meeting yesterday. And the card I want to share with you today is the same card we did last night, but in a different, today I'll use it with a different bundle. And it's a new featured bundle. So let me unbox with you first as to what's available. So we're going to need this stuff. I know that. So I'll move that out of the way. So and I can see all the comments. Perfect, perfect. It's a lovely day here in Manitoba today, so I'm looking forward to it. Got my soccer shirt on because it's going to be another soccer Saturday. That's what I should call today, soccer Saturdays. I just want to make sure we're straight. My phone thing is just like not cooperating with me lately. I think it's just hangs too much or something, but so if you order with me in February, don't forget to use my host code. You can order direct, of course, or you can email me and I will help you place your order for you. And the nice thing is if your order is $60 or more, you still get to benefit from Celebration. But not only Celebration, but you also get to receive a free kit from me as well. So let me share with you just a couple reminders. So monthly card club, as always, is usually the last Sunday of every month. And this month we are featuring the Lighting the Way. Where's my stamp set? Here it is. With this beautiful lantern here. So I can't wait to share that with you. So you get like 3 to 4 projects featuring this. So when you buy this bundle, you will get to be part of Monthly Card Club. It's an extra. Or if you buy the bundle, then of course you get some good extra goodies from me as well. Kits to go. If any of the card kits you see that you actually like and you don't have it, you can also purchase it for $20. Or like I said, it's free when you place an order of $60 or more. Creative Escape is coming up, and we have 32 people attending. I only have a few spots left open, but we did close the registration. But if you are interested, then just shoot me a quick message and I'll see if I can fit you in. If not, I apologize. But you can buy the tutorial version instead. At the end of the month, that's it. If you'd like to join my team, you know, this is the time. You have till the end of February to receive some extra bonuses, including the new Boho Mini Embossing Cut Machine. So it's definitely a great time to join our little Stampin' Club. Just a reminder on Paper Pumpkin, if you buy a subscription for even just 3 months, then you get free celebration. So why not get a surprise in your mail for the next 3 months or gift it to someone special? This is February's, so I'm super excited about using it because this is also one of my stamp clubs. And again, we have a new bundle or new kit. I haven't purchased this one yet, but it's going on my next order, so I'm super excited to be creating that one. I went through that. Where's my other one? Oh, yeah. So this is what we're going to play with today, which is a new bundle. So I'll share that with you. But just another reminder, I have a new Stamp Camp to go. So this is a kit that gets sent to you in the mail in a nice little box, packaged all ready to go. Includes embellishments, ribbons, a whole pack of designer series paper, coordinating papers, the whole shebang, and 10 projects. 10 projects that are featured and created by both myself and Rachel. So what the great thing is about this one is it's available in Canada and the US. So if you have friends and family across the border, and you want to get to create with them virtually, this is a great one to go with. Okay, so all of that I will link at the top again. I'll go back and edit it so you can find it and it's easy to spot. So again, feel free to say good morning so I know you're there and enjoying the beautiful weekend. So this is a new bundle that we just got, and it's actually coming out March 1st. But as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you know, for us hobbyists who love to stamp and create, we get it a month earlier. So this set we've been playing with already. So let me pull it out here. Yesterday, I just got it this week. And last night is the first night we actually started playing with it. So my community of crafters got together and we had a lot of fun playing with the Irresistible Blooms is what it's called. So I think it's called the Hello Irresistible Bundle. I think that's what it is. So it's only going to be available online. Hey, Kathy, good morning. How are you today? And it's really, really cute. And I was actually surprised there's 5 sayings in it, which is really, really nice. And I'll show you what we created last night. And then it comes with all of these coordinating dies. So I'll show you how we create with that. So again, today's video might be a little longer. I apologize just because I'm not as prepped because I was so busy with team meeting. And then after team meeting was when I knew I could start creating. So I was up late last night, but look at this leaf. And this one here, it looks like it's one piece, but really when you cut it, it actually falls into little strings of pieces. So you get like lines coming down, which is super cool. So hopefully we have time for that, but I'll keep track of the clock to make sure we don't go too over. And then I might just have to showcase it. So what else comes with this collection is this gorgeous paper. So this gorgeous paper comes with 6 different coordinating colors. So I've got 4 of them here because the other 2 are actually retired colors that are coming back. So surprise, surprise, which also means 2 other colors are retiring. who knows what else is coming in May. So this coordinates with Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Petal Pink, Soft Seafoam, and 2 returning colors, Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. So if you still have those in your stash, lucky for you, because I do not. So here's one of the beautiful pieces of paper we're going to create with this one. And then you have this on the back side. How stunning is that? It kind of reminds me of an ocean view. And then you have the, what do you call it? Kind of a blend or ombre look, which would be amazing for like, you know, a dark scene. Oh, that would actually go really, really well with lighting the way. So we'll have to try that one later. And then you have the plaid crosshatch in the back. Okay, so that's 2 patterns. Oh, and then you have this one, which I really love. It's got that soft seafoam coloring through there. And then these beautiful leaves. Now, here's the cool thing about this stamp. This new designer series paper. I'm just going to bring you down real quick here. Because you'll notice that the leaves are all spread and not touching very much. But that's because now you can take your dies, and we're going to do this. We're going to do this today. You can take your dies and stick them on here and cut them all out at the same time. Even the little itty bitty ones. And you're not gonna lose a single pattern. Isn't that awesome? So I was super excited when I saw that, because one of the things, you know, you're always like, oh, I gotta cut this flower out, but now I gotta cut through 3 other ones. Now you don't have to worry about that. Not with this designer series paper. Okay, so then we have the ones with a little bit of Daffodil Delight coming through, and this gorgeous paper. This kind of reminds me of like a little night scene with some leaves going through. So we're going to create with this one for sure. So I'm going to leave that one out because I know we're going to use that one. And then here's Soft Seafoam, and then a lighter version of it. Now you can't use any of these on this one, or can you? Oh, wait. Oh, no. Nope. Okay, not possible. But you can still have fun with that. Oh, we have to use the back side, I think. Okay, we might use this one as well. And here's another one. I really like this one too. I think we're going to use this one as well. So I'm going to leave a sheet of this one out. But it looks like it's embossed, but it actually isn't. And that was the neat thing, was when I saw these cut out, I'm like, is that heat embossed? Is that like white powder on there? But nope, it's not. So I'm going to show you how to make it and use it in white powder though. Okay, so there's the back side of that one. Did we do this one? No. So here's the yellow, and then again. So here you've got different colored leaves. So if you were to cut this one out, you would get a lot of yellow. I think I cut one out already. So here's an example right there. But then if you go over here, you'll get a little bit of yellow with the green and then the white. So that's kind of neat too. And again, a great way to heat emboss. Now we go into the pinks, or the Flirty Flamingo and Petal Pink. And then again, here's the beautiful flowers. So you can put that one there. And we're going to do this anyway. And that one goes here, like so. And again, with that little itty bitty one that goes there. So you get a lot of flowers and cutting out of all of this. Good morning, Christine. Long time no see. She was at team meeting last night. Now this one's my favorite. Look how pretty that is. Just simple and easy to create with. So I'm going to show you how to create with that one as well. But I always feel bad about creating with that one, because then you're like, okay, the backside is really cool. But then now I end up like not having anything to stamp on after. But then, and same thing with the flowers, you just feel guilty after. So here's a little zing, zing, zings, right? I don't know what they're called, or what you can call them, but they're super cute. And then here on the back side, so another great one that you can actually heat emboss on. Hello, good morning, Gail. Long time no see to you too. Another amazing team member. Had lots of fun last night. And here's the great pattern. So we have them in greens, and then we have them in the pinks. But look at this one. So we were talking about this one at team meeting last night and saying how this would be great for a coral card. Maybe add in, you know, a turtle or the whale right? So lots of great things. I'll show you a turtle. Like we have that, if you add, like, say this beautiful turtle on there. This was a card that was created by Sherry and shared with us last night. Or if you, where's my other one? Oh, it's over there. From the Rain or Shine, that would look amazing on there, I think. So we may or may not use that one. What else do I have here? Okay, so then again, the cross stitch. And then lots of fun. Love that sweet. I know. So here we go. And then you got the yellow flowers instead. I know. And, you know, I had to stay up last night to finish creating for today. So hopefully we get somewhere. Okay. So, oh yeah, I took those out because I knew I need to. So that is that one. So we're going to play with this today. And again, you can order this come March. So if you're interested in, comment or shoot me a message and let me know. And then when March 1st rolls around, I'll add it to my order for you and get it out to the door to you. There's also one other paper. There's this exclusive glittery paper, and I think we're going to use that one today. All the cards are beautiful. I know, right? I don't want to show them all off because one of the, well, maybe I will. So if you're coming to retreat, you're going to know what one of the cards are because Marie's design is one of the cards we're going to use at retreat. So there's also this. So I didn't get the embossing folders yet or the alphabet letters, but I did get this gorgeous paper. I can't resist on the paper. So it's got like the gold and the shimmer through there. So we're going to use one of these. So in the comments, let me know. Do you want to see the gold cut out with that leaves? Or do you want to see me cut the silver with the trees? And I should tell you, I'm going to use this swirl. So this die, one of these dies, or maybe I'll use it over top. I don't know. Now I'm confused. And then you have the copper. Look at that. Okay, so 3 gorgeous patterns and brightness to choose from. So let me know what you prefer. Gold, silver, or copper. And then we will cut that in today's card. Okay. So last night at team meeting, I shared a card design that was inspired by Sharon Armstrong from Texas. Sharon, I believe is what she's called. And copied her fun fold design here. And each of the girls at team meeting last night. So I always like to give them gifts. So at team meeting, they get product and they also get, hang on, my Siri is, goodbye Siri, go away. It's for some reason turned on. So hopefully it turns off. But anyway, it was fun because, oh, what did I do with it? Sorry, I'm just looking for it here. I thought I had it out and ready for you, but I don't. So oh, there it is. I moved it out of the way. So oh, see? Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Goodbye, Siri. Okay. So last night, I gave them a package of all the host paper that was in the actual, that was released in the mini. And it was a little harder to create with, but because it's very bright and bold. So everybody received a sample pack of the 12 patterns plus coordinating cardstock in their kit. And then they created this. And so everyone picked their own designer series piece. So they got to pick their own pattern, their own piece of cardstock in the pack, took the rest home, and we created this. So this was my version, but I wish I had time to create everybody else's because they came up with some amazing designs. And then it flips up and opens like this. So we're going to create something similar. And I'll show you the one I created last night. Yes, last night when we got home. And we're going to create it again today. And that's this one. I don't know if I'll do as many flowers. So this is a second version of it. So where it opens up. So this one here I put hello. And then it says thank you. I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. And then on the inside, I believe I left this one blank. Okay, yeah. So I left this one blank. So I took three of the sayings out of the 5. That's pretty good. Now, we were also talking and saying, well, you could add more designer series paper on the inside, and as well as you have lots of space to actually add multiple sayings. So, to each his own. And then a couple of the girls tag teamed and created with this one instead of using the Irresistible blooms. So, lots of good fun. So, I can't wait to recreate their amazing talent. So, let's get started on this one. So, I'll show you how to cut this because you only pretty much need 1 sheet of paper. So, that is beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, we're going to create this one again. And we're also I'm going to show you how to step it up too. But, so, let's get started with that. I was going to do a simple design with this one, but I think I might wait. And instead, I will work and recreate that card with a few little tricks maybe to just save us, just because I don't know how much. I really don't want to take too much of your time. I don't have soccer till later, so I can be here a long time. So I just got to find my other sheet of papier. Where are you? I thought I had it all out, but I guess I don't, although I do have a spare one sitting here. So what's really nice is these are 6 by 6. I have one cut already because I didn't want to waste. Oh, here it is. 6 by 6. And so you can get 4 squares, obviously, out of a 3 by 3. So I cut this one up into 3s. And then I also cut up the other one, which I had sitting here, right? Into 3s. I need this for later. Where did it go? I thought I pulled it out. I must have stuck it somewhere. I did. But anyway, it's this one. Oh yeah, it's this one. Nope. We're using that one for the back. I got my 2 patterns, so I think we're good to go. Okay. Oh, this one. There it is. So I cut this one into 3. So then you have lots of options. Now, these speckles, by the way, is the same speckles that you see in the stamp set. So if you do not want to buy the designer series paper, which I think is crazy, you can just create your own by using the speckles. And same thing you can create. So I'm going to show you different ways, but I got a couple designs to show you. So we're going to have some fun. Okay, so let's recreate this card so you know what to do. Our team already knows, or a few of you girls, this is a refresher, so feel free to go top up your coffee, get a drink. I just had my other square here, and now I put it down, and I lost it. See? This is what happens. I'll keep this here in case I can't find it. It was just right here. Oh my, do you see it? Okay, we will just cut a new one if we have to. Okay, so I did slightly do mine different compared to what we learned last night. So I'll show you how we did it. So you need a piece of coordinating cardstock. So I don't have Lost Lagoon or Pretty Peacock, so I'm using Soft Succulent. So Soft Succulent comes pretty darn close to it. So I'm just going to zoom up a bit so you could see more, but I'll read out my dimensions so you don't get lost and you can do the replay. So I'm going to make sure my phone here, my stand is not cooperating. So just going to try and adjust you a bit more. Sorry, my apologies. There we go. Okay, hopefully that stays. If not, I'll just adjust my table as we go along. Okay, so we're gonna cut this paper in half. So we're gonna cut it the lengthwise. So we're gonna cut it in half, and the half is obviously 4 1/4. So that is going to be our card base. So we're gonna swing this around and score it at 5 1/2. So this is a fun design. And I really love this design because you can use it with, as you can see, any designer series paper, any pattern paper, or anything you have in stock. So now this becomes our base. So now we still have this other strip. So let's not waste. So we're going to take this strip, and now we're going to cut 2 pieces at 3 1/4 because we want a 3 by 3 square. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces, 3 1/4. So we have a border that gives us 3 inches border. And I'll show you how we get to the other side. So now we have 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So to get a 3-inch square for our pattern, we're going to score this at 3 1/4. So now when you fold it, this now becomes 3 1/4 each, and now we have enough for a 3 by 3 square. So I hope that makes sense. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. So 3 1/4, 3 1/4. So we cut it at 3 1/4, rotate, score at 3 1/4. Okay, so that's our 2 flaps. So we have a card base, I don't want to lose it, and 2 flaps. Now, we also need an insert. So I don't know how big my insert's going to be because it all depends on how well I overlap these 2 pieces. So because I'm using pattern paper, now if you're not using pattern paper, you can just put a piece of white in there. But because I'm using pattern paper, I want another coordinating color in there. So I'm going to cut this at 2 inches, and then I'm going to trim it later because I might not overlap very well. And then I'm going to go 4 inches wide because that is your standard. So I'm cutting off a 1/4 inch on the edge. So now that's going to become my piece on the inside. So where's my stack? Oh, there it is. So the other thing we're going to do is I'm going to add a sentiment in here, and I measured this one at, I created this last night, 2 1/4 by 1 1/2. Okay, so we have this piece left. So I'm going to leave it because this piece is now 2 1/2 by 4 1/4. So I have room to play with. Make sense? Make sense? Yeah, excellent. You all agree with me. So the other thing that I'm going to do to change it up a bit, because this is what we talked about last night at the meeting, is I'm going to add some ribbon. So I'm going to use gold shimmer. I'm just winging this, by the way. So remember, sorry, it's all off my roll. So, because I was using so much of it. And it was part of last month's gift. Okay, so we're going to add some ribbon, maybe. Now, also, we need a piece of designer series paper, pattern paper, to go on the inside. So we're going to cut this down to 4 inches. And I'm going to show you what to do with the other 2 inches. We're going to cut that down to 4 inches and keep that. And then we're going to cut this to 5 1/4. And we're going to keep this little 1/2 inch. Or, yeah, sorry, 3/4 of an inch. So we have 3/4 of an inch left, and we're going to use that as well. Where's my pile? Okay, so we're not wasting any of this. I'm going to keep that there. Now we also need an inside. So I'm just going to cut a full sheet. I forgot that piece as well. Well, I didn't forget, but so for the inside, I usually just, when I run out, I just take a full sheet. We're going to go 5 1/4, and I'll cut this into 4 inner layers so that way, whenever I need them, I have them available. And then they're piled. So while I'm doing that, I'm just going to cut this. I'll leave the other piece for now. So now I have 2, and now I have a strip for another card another day. Okay, so we have that piece. And then now we need our 2 squares. I had my 2 squares, but I can't get out my one. Let's stick it here. No, because that was from the other pattern. Where the? And then I had it sitting here. I'm just checking one more time to make sure I didn't drop it somewhere. Okay, so where's my paper? If we have time, we're going to do a simple card. And I cut this to 3, right? And then 3 inches. So we're not wasting. So we used almost 1 full sheet. We're going to end up using 1 full sheet of cardstock. And then we're going to end up using a 1/4 sheet. So out of 1 6x6, you pretty much can make 2 cards. Because you could just flip this one over and have your 2 squares. So I could technically use these two patterns together. And that way I get 2 cards out of 1 sheet. But I'm ripping up more than one, so that's okay. Okay, so we also need, before we stamp, we also need some flowers and we need some leaves. So I'm gonna get my embossing cut machine here. And as you can see, I've been cutting out like crazy. And of course the team has been cutting out like crazy. So this is what we did last night. So again, now's a perfect time to join my team. No obligation whatsoever. We have a lot of fun. All you have to do is join us every month and hang out with us. Not too bad of a deal, I don't think, right? So I'm not gonna have a lot of room here. So I'm gonna go slide in and out. So that way, like, do it twice, but you don't really need to do it twice. Once is plenty. Okay, so we're gonna get some leaves. So we can use this color, or do I want the darker ones? I think there was some darker ones. Here we go. We'll use some of the darker ones this time. And then we need this. So I'm gonna stick that right there. Fun times. Yes, thank you, Gail. So it is a lot of fun. Well, I hope it is a lot of fun. I always like to ask my team members what they want to learn, what they want to do. And they also even show us some fun stuff. So last night I was saying to Christine that she should teach us the Best Day Ever class, because she had taken a class with another fellow demonstrator and made these 4 gorgeous cards using the Best Day stamp set. And I'm like, oh, you should do that with us. And what's great is it was the paper that we gave out last night, that I gave out to everybody to take home and create with. Okay, so we can do 2. Now I can't layer my pattern designer series paper because if I don't put it properly, I could cut it wrong. And of course I can always still cut wrong by doing this as well. So I'm gonna go with that, and I have no room to go through all the way, so I'm pushing it back in this way. Now, if you choose not to buy the stamp set or the bundle and you just love the paper, you can do that too. This one I didn't cut very well. And at which point you can just fussy cut them. And that's okay too. Not a big deal. And I'll put this one here. I might need more, so I just, you know what? It's here. I'm just gonna cut them out. It's gonna take us a little longer, but that's okay. I hope my designs are worth it. So like I said, you can always catch the replay here on Facebook, and I'm hoping I'll have time this weekend to start loading up my YouTube page of all my videos, so you can also go there to catch it, the replay as well. It's been a crazy few weeks. I can't even believe it's mid-February. You know it's Valentine's Day next week, right? And you still have time to send Valentine's Day cards or to make those special things for your kids' class. So my magnetic plate is on the other side. So I'm going to put this here. Actually, I'm going to cut this because I don't want to waste my sliding. Because I need a big flower too. So here's a big flower as well. So again, I carefully go around here. I might not need that many small flowers, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to slide this one here so I can get that big one over here. So put this here. See if I can find the pattern. Nope, 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 nope. Where are you? There you are. Ookily dokily, there it is. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna stick that one there. And where's my wee flower? The wee flower. So I always like to use tape. You know, I used to curse that I didn't have a magnetic plate, but nowadays I find that this is just easier because I do find my magnetic plate pulls in certain spots. I still use it from time to time, don't get me wrong. But this as well just works fine. Especially if you have intricate ones. So some days I miss it, some days I don't. Does anybody use a magnetic sheet? Or magnetic plate, I should say? I'll pre-order this suite along with other, yes. Because if you pre-order now, you also get celebration items, right? So that's the other beauty. So when you, as a customer, you'll get it in March. But as a demonstrator, if you sign up now, you also can order this. So if you really like this product suite and these products I'm sharing with you today, you can sign up as a demonstrator and just put it all in your starter kit. And, you know, no obligation. Now, people are like, oh, now you're going to expect me to do stuff. Absolutely not. The only benefit you get of getting a starter kit is a discount on product at 20% off right here, right now. And the requirement, no, it's not a requirement, I'm just teasing, but the opportunity to participate in our team meetings. That's it. And it doesn't cost you anything else. Nada, nada, nada. And I'd say we're a pretty fun group. Right? Yep. Nope. Maybe. Okay. So I'm just going to cut out a couple more. Now, see, normally when I do come on Facebook Live with you, I have these pre-cut. But I didn't get this kit. It didn't arrive at my door until this week. So it was a little crazy. So Gail uses a magnetic plate. Fantastic. So they're not easy to get anymore either. Like I used to buy mine at Michael's when I would need a new replacement one. But they're not as easy. Even the plates are not as easy to get anymore. Right? Fun and feisty. So true. Oh, thanks, Gail. Okay, I think I have enough for now. Because then the rest, I am going to cut again. Emboss and cut machine. So now the fun thing too with these is you can also use the back side and just stamp on it. Right? Or you just use it as a background stamp as well. I will do a bit of that later. Okay, so we have that. We have our dies. I think that's all the dies we need. And then now we need to do some stamping. So I am probably going to stamp as we go along because I don't know my exact sizes except for the inside. So the inside we can easily do, but I'd rather do it all at once. So it just saves time. It's all about time, you know what I mean? So we got that, put that away. We've got this, we've got this. I have my strip. Oh, here it is. It's my strip. And we're going to twist it up a bit and add some ribbon. Okay, so let's do some assembly. So to assemble first, we're going to build our fun fold. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to add each of our folds like so, our squares. So I like to leave about a 1/4 inch on the top and a 1/4 inch on the bottom. So that's all we're going to do. So we have to add glue here. So at this point, I'm going to use tear tape or my Seal Plus because it's a lot stronger. And I know I'm guaranteed a fit. So just going to line this up here. Oh, look, good lines. And I'm going to slide this underneath because I don't do anything straight. There you go. Just not able to anymore. And like that. And now you can see on the back side, it's flush there, hopefully, and straight. Okay, so now we got one more. Whee! So you'll see I'm not filling the whole scored piece because the fact that we're still going to have to glue this down. Okay, so just going to position that where I think it should go or where I want it to go, like so. And there we go. So you can go this way or you can go this way, whichever you want. So now we're going to take our 2 squares, put that on top. Again, I'm just using Seal because it's right here. and I went over, so I'm going to tuck that in. And then find my two corners, this corner and that corner up top. I should be good. And then add my other piece. So I was going to recreate a different version, but I was like, oh, I loved my creation so much last night. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this one again. Just because it's so pretty. And this. So I don't have Lost Lagoon, I don't have Pretty Peacock, but Soft Succulent worked perfect. So there you go. Ta-da! So now we had that other piece. Is it this one? Yep. So this one's gonna go here on the inside. Now the trick on this one is you don't want it showing at the top and you don't want it showing at the bottom. So that when this is closed, you don't want those edges peering out. So you could use your pieces as a guide, and lo and behold, it actually fit. So sometimes you have to trim it. So this one was 2 inches. So 2-inch gap. On my first one here, I had less. So I had to go smaller because I spaced it out differently. So this one worked out pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So this was 2 inches wide by 4. So I'm just going to line it up here at the bottom. Make sure I'm good at the top too. Okay. Excellent. And now it's hidden. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to grab some scrap paper. I got my whole baggie of scrappies here. I might not have one big enough though. Oh, maybe I do. So it was 2 inches. Is this going to be big enough? Nope, not big enough. Okay, so we'll just use this piece. So I want to go 4 inches by 1 3/4. So I'm going to put this in here like so. Excuse me. And go 1 3/4. Because then I get that nice little border all around. 1 3/4. And then it's 4 inches wide, so I want 1/4 smaller, so I get a nice border. If you don't want a border, then you just slap a 4-inch by 2-inch piece in there, and that's gonna go there. That one I'm gonna stamp. So I think I'm going to use, yeah. So I'm just gonna use coordinating colors and just bring in my soft succulent, because that's what I used. You don't have to, you could use whatever colors you want, but just to be consistent on my blocks here. So I'm gonna stamp with, need a little bit of a bigger block. I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. You can put whatever one you want. You could put thank you. Well, why don't we do that? You could put a different one in there. Oh, we'll put thank you on the inside. Or do we want to do happy birthday? What was the other sayings again? Hooray, it's your day. I like you. No, I don't usually say I mean, I like you all the time, but I don't usually ever say that in a card. Maybe in person. But, okay. So I'm going to get you out of the way so I can stamp you properly. Do I have my blending brush here? Nope, don't see. Oh, crooked. I'm gonna do that again. That was crooked. Try that again. See the great thing about two-sided? There you go. Couldn't be happier to have you as a friend. And I'm just gonna take my yellow, my mini brush here. Stampin' Up is now selling mini blending brushes, but this is my set from like, I don't know, 3 years or 4 years ago. I don't know, however long ago. And so I'm not going to go and invest on a bunch of new ones. I know that sounds awful, right? But it's true. So I'm just taking my edges and adding a bit more color. So if you want a blending brushes, Stampin' Up sells them now too. So you can add that to your starter kit as well. Ching, ching, ching. Some excellent freebies for only $100. $135, right? $135. No shipping. I mean, free shipping. No shipping. Free shipping And only GST. You don't have to pay PST. Only have to do the GST one. Okay. There's that. So that's ready to go. There. Oops. Liquid glue. Love it because you can just move it around. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so now we have a little bit of an overlap here. And remember, we said we had that extra piece. So that's what's going to go there. And where is it? Oy. Really? Excuse me. Okay, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Huh, found it. Okay, so we have that little piece, and look, it almost fits. So we're just gonna cut that down a bit. And then I'm gonna put Hooray, It's Your Day on the inside of that one. So we're gonna trim this one down by, again, 1/4, but width-wise, oh yeah, I said I needed about 2 inches. So we're gonna go 2 inches. So this is still, by the way, the same sheet of cardstock. Just remember that. Right? So then we're gonna go to, oh no, I have to go 2 inches wide at the top. So I can go a little longer. So let's do, that's 2 inches. And that there, where's my ruler? So I'm not giving you, everybody just note, if you do this card, your measurement might be slightly different. So 2.5. So I have 2.5. Don't worry about that white speckle. We're going to cover that. There we go. Now I'm going to check if Hooray, It's Your Day fits here or if it's too big. Okay. There we go. So now that was what? 2 inches. 2.5. So I got to go 2.25 by 2. So we're going to go, oh, that's a bad cut there. 2.25. Great. Yep. And then 1.75. We're just making it 1/4 inch smaller. So we get that 1/8 all around. There. So now this one's going to say Hooray. Hooray! It's your day. I'm going to do happy birthday. And then we're probably going to pull in another set. Because I don't know if I Like You is mothling. There it is. I'm like, where did that go? Oh, you know what? I'm going to go Evening Evergreen on this one to bring out that dark color. So again, no Pretty Peacock, which used to be one of my favorites. But then now it switched to Evening Evergreen because, you know, that came in. We could put a little leaf there. So it comes with these little leafies. So I'm going to take this little leafy. See all these great little stamping things you can do? So this is just a quick and simple fun fold. I'm going to take that soft succulent again, but we're going to stamp off. So this is a cling stamp. So what's really nice is you don't need your mat. So there you go. Put this out of the way. Close this up. And again, grab some glue. I'm just grabbing whatever's near me here. Slide that right there, like so. And then this will sit here. And look, it lines up perfectly. Excellent. Excellent choice, Nemmy. So I did do it slightly different in my first design, but for this design, I'm going the same. There we go. Oh, it's sticking out. Oops. Let's fix that. I didn't want it sticking out. I'm gonna fix that a bit so it's not sticking out. Oh, I was slightly off, but that's okay. So it'll be like a little tail on the end. There we go. Okay, Now we just need to decorate this front piece. So we'll add our flowers here. Whatever flowers you want. You do two-tone. Might as well do two-tone. I'm just going to do two. Add some leaves in here, wherever we like. Maybe this one down here. Oh, maybe I'll switch. Put this one up here. Oh, now I'm losing that one. So this is why it's great to have multiples. So these ones I cut last night with the die that comes with it. And then this one maybe here. And then we need one somewhere in there. There we go. Sure. Okay. So I'm going to add dimensionals. And I'm just going to add one for now so that I know where to tuck my leaves. And I'll put two in the middle for this one. Stick that one right about there. And then we're going to tuck our leaves in. So I need a glue dot. So I'll grab a glue dot here. So I know where I'm putting that. Then we could just add later. And one. So. And then another one over here. Right in there. Okay. And then we can go back later with our dimensionals and there we go. Our dimensionals and our mini glue dots or whichever, and add that in. So remember I had that little strip. Had a few little strips. And we're gonna do hello. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Okay. And I'm gonna go evening evergreen again. I probably should just did evening evergreen all the way through. Oh well. I think I need more ink on my evening evergreen. Yeah, poof it up a bit. See if that gets me a little darker. Of course, I could use my emboss and cut machine, but no, I mean my Samparatus on my scene. Okay, so we're gonna take this. I'm not gonna do anything fancy. I'm just gonna leave it as is and just trim it. And then stick that right about there with some dimensionals. And that is the front of our card. Wow, was that a lot of work or what? No. But what's great is all the paper does all the work for you. That's the beauty. Put that a little higher. Now, like so, right on the edge there. Perfect. That's where I wanted it. Ta-da. So now where's our card base? Oh, here. So now we're going to add this to the front, and we're just going to glue that down. And we're almost finished because you still need to put embellishments on the front. Oh, I swear I could just create all day with this set. It's so much fun. But wait till I show you the next one. Okay, that's the front. Almost the front, because they're going to take some mini glue dots again. So I'm going to use micro glue dots, which are not available by Stampin' Up, but you can get them at your local craft store. And we're going to take those gorgeous embellishments that I had sitting here. Oh, there they are. So it comes with these gorgeous assorted loose frosted dots. So loose meaning they do not have an adhesive back, but it comes with those greens and those pinks and the yellows. So we're going to add those here. Now you're definitely going to need your take your pick tool for this one. Just makes life a lot easier. And I'm going to add one. I think I'm going to go with that pink one there. So see how easy that is? I'm going to add that to my glue dot. and then pick that up, see, with that putty in there, and stick one right in the middle there. So now there's that one. So now we're gonna add a few more around, and I think I'll just go with the darker color. The Pretty Peacock color. Oops. And add that to my speckles here. Create more speckles. 2, 3, and then maybe, there's different sizes. There's this really itty bitty tiny one, but I think it's too small. I'll pop that, flip them over here so I can pick them up and stick that one there. And again, add that one to my page, maybe down here, there. So I have 3. That's good enough. We could add more if we want to, but I think that's good. I'll put that back in. So you could also use these for a shaker card. I was gonna make a shaker card as well. And I still have 2 dots left that I didn't use. So I'm gonna add that to my roll, which went somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now the inside is all we got left. Oh, here it is. And then I'm going to put, that one says, hooray, it's your day. I couldn't be happier. We did hello. And I'm going to switch to, oh, I think it's way back here. Oh, goodness. So far away. Here it is. I'm like, where is it? Best day. And I'm just gonna add in it's the best day, wish, I think I'm just gonna put happy birthday. Hooray, it's your day. It's, oh, I like the it's all about you. Did she prep that one for me? There we go. Thank you, Dawn. It's all about you. Okay, now remember we had that strip, so we're gonna put that strip here. And we're going to add some speckles. So I need some more scrap again, because I know I'm going to go off the page. We're totally maximizing the stamp set, by the way. 1 card, and how many stamps have I used already? Does anybody know? So I'm going to get this Daffodil Delight, and we're going to add this right here into the corner. And I'm gonna not waste and do some 2-step here. Maybe speckle some more in the middle. There we go. Ta-da! That took what, 10 seconds? And then we're gonna add this right on top to create that little bottom. So I'm just gonna run a strip of Seal Plus there. Oops, dropped it. Stick that right on there. Oops. Let's try and put that straight. Oh, I should have used liquid glue. There we go. There we go. I should have used liquid glue. Okay. And then we could add a flower. Like so. Too big. Go with the smaller one. Yep, smaller one it is. I think I curled my ends on the other flower. Add that there. And then I'm gonna add It's Your All About You in the center. I need another block. No shortage of blocks here. So I'm gonna take this. Yeah, okay. And put It's All About You. So there's still plenty of room to write a note. Got a lot of cleaning to do here. And then, I'll stick that on the inside. Grab my liquid glue, because my Seal Plus I can't go straight on. Add my initial for a little bit of love, as I always do. Not like anyone knows, except for you. Okay, add that there. Voila! And there's our first card. So slightly different. Here was the original that I created for last night, for our team meeting. I I forgot to do the ribbon. Here's the here's the one I made last night while waiting. And here, look, I fussy cutted that one. This one I didn't. And I forgot to add my ribbon. Darn it. I wanted to wrap the ribbon around to keep this shut. And I totally forgot. So that is an option. And then, because, can I go through? No, I didn't raise it. And then this one was the one we created today. So I hope that has inspired you. And oh my gosh, it's been an hour. Okay, I'm going to do a real quick one because I don't want to waste it. It was so pretty and it works so well. And I was going to make a sample last night, but I said, screw it. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. I really need to get to bed. See, the problem, like, do you ever have those moments where you're just crafting, you lose track of time, and you get that second wind, and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's 3 a.m. Or is that just me? But thank you for sticking around, because this next one, I really wanted to show you how to technique it up, but I don't think I have enough time. But I will show you how I did do it, so we will finish the card anyway. And stick this here. If I don't put these away, we'll be in trouble because I won't find them. Look at me, I can't even find paper on my desk. Okay. So we have to clean up a little bit. Okay. Okay. So here's my next idea. Real quick. So we needed, where's that piece? Okay, we needed that fun sheet. I'm just going to recreate one card for you. And then I'll show you the other card I made last night as well. So I did do a card last night. So that means that's 3 cards. So if you're Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you want to host a class, you could take all 3 of these patterns and use them yourself. So this die is this big circle ass one here. So it just literally goes right here on here, and then you cut that through. So I just cut a piece of paper like so, and then I wanted to put this one underneath it to just give it a little bit of oomph. So to give it a nice background, right? And then you can just stick that onto a card front with whatever magic you wanted to do. So I did one in a different pattern already. And then so this one I'm going to do again in another one. Hello, Donna. Nice to see you. Welcome. How are you doing? You didn't sign up for my retreat. What's going on? I bet you're going to Karen's though. I don't have time for that one. My kids are in soccer. So let's measure this one up. So I'm only going to put enough to fit around the whole backside. So this, we'll do ribbon on this one. So this one is 4 inches, right? So this guy here, 4 inches. So I can do a 4-inch square, which is good because then I can save my other 2 inches for a binding card or a stacking card on the front and not waste that one. I can also turn this into a shaker card. Let's do that because I'll show you my other one I did. Let's turn this into a shaker card because you could put gems all over that whole thing, but let's do a shaker card. I'm really like twisting it up now, aren't I? Let's grab a window sheet. Or you could use vellum. So I'm going to grab window. Got a piece of window sheet here. And I'm going to cut this one as well at 4 inches. I don't know. I got so many great ideas. Or I think they're great. You tell me. 4 inches, and we'll turn this into a shaker card. Gotta be careful. I don't want to leave my window sheets sticking out anywhere because you get a little bit of dirt on them and then they're no longer see-through. And then we need foam strips. Okay, so we're just gonna glue this on the inside, right? like so. So then that way we have our little window. So we're at 4 inches. So I just go here like so. Trying to get along the edge there. Stuck to my finger because this is like super duper sticky. But that's what I want. So I'm gonna put that there. Next it'll bother me. Oh my. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. There we go. So that's the front of our window, like so. And I got a little bit sticking out because I'm just going too fast because I know I'm over my hour. But I did mention in the beginning that this would take a little longer than an hour. Okay, maybe more than a little, but it will take longer. Okay, we're good there. Stick that back in my pouch there. Oh, I still have a window sheet here. Sorry, I gotta put this window sheet away. I don't like it when it gets all scratched up. And now we're just gonna take our foam strips. Stampin' Up! Sells these amazing foam strips. Super duper long. Love that. I'm gonna take a full strip here. And I'm gonna build my sugar card all the way around. Now foam strips are obviously amazing as well because they bend and flex. We also have full sheets. I think they're like 4 by something, 4 by, I can't remember the actual size. And they're great for when you need to like put a full backing on there. So I have that little bit left. And that's okay. I'll tuck that there. And then, so we have a little bit of overlap. Don't throw that out. But you definitely don't want a hole because then it gives you a chance for your beads to release. Or if you're using like flat embellishments, then that also becomes an issue. So we're gonna take that off. So I'm just gonna peel a little bit. Actually, I should peel this one. So then I know, and that's what's gonna go there. So before I do that, I'm gonna fill it with some loose beads. So just gonna pour a bunch in there. I'm gonna make sure I have a good blend of colors. I want some of that dark ones in there. Oops, come back. And it doesn't matter if they flip around on me. Get some itty bitty ones in there. Oh, I just love it. I have to put lots. It's just such a beautiful color combination. And then we're gonna stick this right on top. There we go. I think oops, I'm losing my marbles. Where are those? I'm like, which way am I supposed to rip that? Oh, there we go. None stuck to the side there. Excellent. Beauts. Love it. Look at that. Oh, and again, I got a little bit of cardstock showing here, so I'm just gonna cut that off so nobody sees that unless they look at the side. Yeah, there you go. Ta-da! Window sheet. Yes, it is window sheet. If you use the embossing buddy on the window card, it will not be as static. That's true. It won't be as static. I don't have a static problem with this one. You do get a lot more when you use the gems, I find, but because these are a lot more round, it's not so bad. But I'm also very careful of using my static sheet or my embossing buddy because I don't like those lines that show up. Sometimes they scratch if you're not using a quality window sheet. So just be aware of that because I've had that happen too. Okay, so here's the other fun part. Stampin' Up! Sells, where is it? Packs of shimmery white So I've got a piece of shimmery white. Now, you probably can't see this, but it's got a shine to it. And there's a little bit of speckles in it. And I love using this to actually do some watercoloring, heat resist. So in order to do heat resist, we were gonna do this last night, but we ran out of time. But some people did do it. So that's why I wanna share it. This is where you take your embossing cut machine. Or sorry, why do I keep saying that? You take your Stamparatus, your Misty, whatever you got. You stick your paper in there. So it's shiny, and we're gonna heat emboss. So the nice thing is you can do multiple heat emboss. So we're gonna do, we'll do thank you. We'll do fleurs. Now I like to leave some gap to allow my, my dyes to go through. So, but I also don't want to waste my paper. There we go. Something like that. And we're gonna push on down and lift that up. And I'm tucked into the corner. So we're gonna add our embossing buddy there. And then we're gonna grab our Versamark. So I'm using my paper trimmer to keep my plate flat here. You can see. And then we're gonna add Versamark ink. Oh, I stuck it all the way over there. I need my white. And add all that in there like so. And we're gonna flip it onto our sheet. Now I'm gonna grab my Stamptabulous because I don't like to hurt my wrist too much, and load that in here. So glad we don't have soccer till later. And we'll lift this up. I do have to go to soccer, so otherwise I'd craft with you all afternoon. Seriously. National Scrapbooking Day is coming up in May. Anybody signing up for any events yet? Although February long weekend, there is also a few events. Unfortunately, I'll be jumping between 3 different soccer fields. U of W, U of M, and Layla. So, I like to do Versamark twice because I'm not very good at stamping. I know you hear me say that all the time, but it's true. And then I like to use little Tupperware containers, and these are great. Now, they do take up a lot more room. Stampin' Up! Does sell a tray that works fantastic, fantabulous, and takes up way less space because then you can pour it back into your bottle. But I'm a messy person, so I like to pour mine into these. So when I do smaller pieces, then I can throw it into my, oops, I just spilled everywhere, into my Tupperware container again and just shake it up. So then that way it gets all messy. Now, if you didn't stamp properly, don't worry about it. Like here, this one did not stamp properly. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. It missed there. But that's okay. Don't waste it. Don't worry, because you'll just tuck it. You can tuck it and hide it and still use it again. Uh-oh. Okay, so now I'm going to heat emboss. It's going to get a little bit noisy. Now you're probably wondering, why did she do that thank you on white? But don't worry, we're going to color that in as well. But what I might do, just to show you something different, is just blend it instead. Just to give you a different view of the 2 different techniques. Now, I know most of you have done this already, but it's still a fun one for you to go back to. Okay? Almost done. Now what's nice is you can also cut this all out at once. So I strongly recommend doing a full sheet. I could have flipped my sheet and got another set on the other side. But for the video purposes and the live, one is enough, but you can do that yourself. And I recommend it so you don't waste your paper, or you maximize your paper. It's never a waste. Okay, you can see on that one I did not do a very good job, but that's okay. Now I like to go on the underside just to remove those curls in my paper, and then we're good to go. So, how do we heat resist? Well, everybody knows how we heat resist. But for those of you who have never tried this technique before, it's a lot of fun. So, I like to put mine on blocks. A lot of people like to squeeze their ink pad, but I don't have the strength all the time to do that. So I'm just going to take Flirty Flamingos. Boop, and just drop some on my block. That's actually too much. That's way too much. We're just wasting ink. So I'm just going to do a little bit like so. And then you're going to take a paper towel, because you need a paper towel handy. And you're also going to take a water painter. So this is my old one, but the new ones are white and they come in 3s, which I like better. But these are full because I had a few of these on the table last night, so it just was extra. And then you're going to just add ink right over top. And you can dab it to dry it, or use your embossing tool. And then now, if you don't want a lot, you can just grab the darker ink and add some like so. And then you've got, see how the water is, that paint is just resisting, like that just doesn't stick to the white, which is super cool. And then everybody thinks you're this fancy painter. Now to clean this, you just pour it in. When it is clear, see, it's good to go for the next color. So we're gonna do the same thing. So you don't need a million water painters. You only need one. So Stampin' Up! Sells a 3-pack, which is absolutely fantastic because I love it, because it gives you 3 different tips. A really thick one if you want to smear all over your cardstock, like create a background. You kind of need that thicker one. And then you have a really fine tip one, which is really neat. So now I'm just adding some dark wherever I want to, and then pulling some of that color out. And then it also has the fine tip one, really, like, you can write with. Okay. So because this is the shimmery white, it holds up just as well as watercolor paper. So you don't need to spend all that money buying watercolor paper. I would buy shimmer because you can stamp on it, use your blends, whatever, and it just gives that little glittery look through it. Okay. And again, just make sure you clean this off. See, clean. Oh wait, I forgot to do thank you. And do that in yellow. Okay, so just add a bit of yellow here. Forgot about that one. And then drop some water in and give it a nice light wash. Now just remember to go further beyond your stamped image, because if you die cut it, you always get that edge. So you don't want that white edge to show. Then you need to make sure you always go beyond. Okay, and just dry that a bit. And we're done. Now those just wash off. So I have one already prepped from this morning. And now all we need to do is cut these out. What a mess. I gotta pull this up a bit. Sorry. And I'm gonna cut some more flowers. Put this one right here. It's gonna get a little noisy. Stick that there. There we go. And another one. Maybe I'll just do 2 flowers. We're probably gonna need 3 leaves. I think I have a couple cut already, so we could use those. Right about there. Sorry, my husband's making pop, so you can probably hear that oozing sound. And I need another sticky. And I'm gonna stick that one there. Put this one here. Like so. Can't wait till I get my own craft room. And then I can shut a door. No door closing allowed in this house right at the moment, because we don't have doors.
I ordered these yesterday.
Oh, apparently we ordered doors.
Not for the craft room.
Not for the craft room. So, if you all heard that, he is right there, so I'm sure you can hear him. Now you can color your flowers, obviously any color you want. And that's what's really neat about doing the, oh, this one I didn't cut very well. That's the fun thing about doing Irresistible. So if you don't have the right color, but you've got that perfect die that can do this technique for you, then do it. Because you can make so many at one time and have so much fun doing it. And you can add multiple colors. And this is also great for your younger kids or grandkids, because who doesn't love to paint? So then we're going to stick that on there, because I didn't cut those other 2 very well. So we're going to use this again. And get that one. And that one. So again, some of these did not turn out very nice. But that's okay, because you can tuck them and no one would be the wiser. Bring you back down. And for this one, my thank you, I'm just gonna fussy cut that. So I always like to take my pencil and go around to know exactly where I'm going. Because if I don't, I like either go too far out, too close, or I nick it. And then I'm like, what? And then I have to redo my whole thing again. I'm just not that great at it. And then after this, it's just assemble. So those are still a little bit wet. So is my saying, but that's okay. It'll dry by the time we get on there. Hopefully this turns out good. Anyway, this was in my head. I didn't get to make it last night, but then I was gonna do a version of my other card, and then I went, nope, last minute, shake it up. Because then I have 3 cards to share with you. And then, I'm just gonna cut this out because it's in the way. And then this way, if you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like to share this as a class, or you just want to share it with your friends on your next gathering, by all means, do so, because that's what it's here for. Okay, and Irresistible is so much fun. You can also use, obviously, your blending brush, but again, just keep a paper towel handy so you can easily wipe off any excess on your lettering or your image that you just stamped. There. And then you can just take an eraser and clean that off. So now we're going to add this here into the corner. So I'm going to do my big one underneath this time. And I didn't cut this one very well, so I'm just going to trim off this edging here. So you'll also notice after you do the heat resist, that the paper is becomes a lot thicker just because it has all that extra liquid there. I might actually put it there because I want to put a ribbon. I want to put the ribbon that I said I was going to use and didn't use over here. So let's do that first. So I'm going to tie a ribbon over here. Or a knot, you can do a knot, but I'm going to do a ribbon. And just for time's sake, I'm just going to tie it up real quick. I could save ribbon by cutting it on the back side and then just adding my ribbon. But just to save time right now, I'm just going to do it this way. And then cut this off and we'll trim that after. So I can reposition this a bit more. Maybe slide it up over top like so. Yes, or not. Maybe I have to tuck it in underneath. Just want to make sure it doesn't go into that photo. There we go. There we go. A little higher is what I wanted. And then this can go here. I can reposition this. I think I have to slide it over more. Maybe I should have did it the old way. Okay, let's just get this on here first. I'm going to curl my ends a bit so that this pops up a bit more. Just give it a bit of a curl. Last card, I promise. Unless you want me to do more, but you know, let's face it. My family's like, stop videoing because I want to make noise. Okay. Put that there. This one we will use dimensionals on. Okay, like so. And again, I'm only putting a couple because I don't know where I'm sticking. So I can stick my leaves in there first. So dimensionals and then glue dots. One over here, right about there. And I think I want to stick one right in here. Right about there. Ooh, that looks really good. And then this one, maybe over here. Excellent. And actually, I think I'll use a dimensional on this one. Haha, hey, Nyam, thought I missed you because I forgot. No. You're still good. So this is the one that I didn't do very good at. So, but that's okay. And then my thank you, probably should have did in pink because it doesn't stand out as much as I thought it would. But where did that? It was sitting right here. Does anybody see my blending brush? Because my blending brush was sitting right here somewhere. Because that's what I want to put on the inside. Sorry, I had this extra mini glue dot, so I'm just trying to get rid of it. Let's clean up a bit and I might actually find it. Just trying to find that, my yellow blending brush. It was literally right here. And now, for some strange reason, I cannot see it because I want to blend it to make it pop more. And all I see is my green one. Oh, goodness gracious. You know there are moments when you're just like, where did everything just go to? You can't find it. All good. So add that because it wasn't dark enough, in my opinion. Just wipe it off. It'll be darker once it's on here. And then we're gonna stick that right about there. Or maybe I'll tuck it there. So then you just kind of have everything flowing here. I'm gonna slide my bow over more. Oh, now I can go higher. Tuck that right in there. My bow. Like so. And then tie that up. So this is using heat resist. So you're just taking your embossing there. That one's popping up. So we're just gonna take another glue dot and watch. I'll find, oh, there's my blending brush right in front of my face, as always, right? Slide that there. Add my thank you to my sugar god. Oh, where do I want it? I kind of wanted it down there, but now I'm like, maybe it should be up there. Maybe, well, I don't want to cover that now. Maybe I can go right like so. There's a little bunch going on here. But that's okay, because you know what I'm going to do? Take, I felt like there was another one on here. No. Where? Okay, I'll use up, I think I still have enough on here. Nope, not enough. All good. Oh, I just peeled one off on my finger. So we're gonna take a few of these. I'll grab a pink. Oh, this would help if I take the lid off. And we're gonna stick them right here on all these little spots. That's the beauty of this loose is, and it comes with so many cool sizes. You can just stick a whole bunch randomly here. Just gonna pick up. Usually when it's this full of a container, I stick them into my lid. But just being lazy, stick that one there. Try and find a medium one, maybe that little yellow one. Grab a yellow one here. Now, you also, where did I put my mini glue dots? My micros, they were sitting right here. I guess it's with my blend. Oh, there's my blending brush. Just found it, as always. Now, I have too much glue, so I'm just gonna push it all and mush it. And stick it underneath there. You could use liquid glue and just put a little dollop on there if you want, but I find it a little harder to do that. Like here, I'll just show you. So you can put a little bit of glue, like so. That's another option. And then you just grab your little glue dots, stick a wee one there. And stick another, I got pink, I got that, and maybe, that one's about a medium, I think, right? I don't think I have this one. See, It moves a little bit more. Doesn't always stick as nice, I find. And take a pink one. Stick that one over here. And then we need another, maybe, can't do yellow, can't do pink. Is there a white? Oh, I got another yellow there. Whoopee. I don't think it matters. Okay, definitely not that color. Is it 3 colors or 4? No, just 3 colors. Okay. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll stick one right here. Odd numbers, right? 9. There we go. So now it just needs a card base. Wee. I'm trying to decide what color. I guess we should probably go with green, right? It only makes sense. Maybe. Okay. Oh, I think I have 2. Okay. Oh. Don't want to wreck that. Don't want to wreck that. Don't want that to spill. We already lost all my other tools. And voila! Add that to the front. Oh, not very straight, I see. Oh, because we're caught. Oh, had something sticky on my finger. Oh, a little smaller, I think. There you go. Okay, so thanks. Oh, I forgot. This is raised. This here needs some glue. But that strip there needs a foam strip. Because otherwise it'll go flush. It won't work. It'll be like leaning into the paper and it'll look so funny. So let's cut this piece off. And stick one there. Like so. I got glue all over my fingers. And then we're gonna slide that so that all 3 sides are somewhat even. There we go. And that is the front of our second card. Oh my, I'm so behind. Okay, almost 2 hours, so we're gonna cut it and call it quits because that was just too long. And I apologize, but for good intentions. So this was the original card. And so I stepped it up here by showing you how to do some heat resist. Hello, Karen, we're just finishing. And then this was the card I created with the team yesterday. This is the one I did last night, and it's pretty much the same alternative card there that I've shared with you. So those are 2 designs we've created today in like an hour and a half. Oh my. Oh no, I got ink all over my ribbon. Yikes. And we are good to go. So thank you so much for sticking it out with me today. I know that was a bit longer, but so well worth it to show off this amazing paper and amazing stamp set. So if you're interested in purchasing it, you can purchase it now on your pre-order if you're a demonstrator. You can also purchase it if you'd like to buy a starter kit, and then you can purchase it on March 1st. So thank you again for joining me. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the beautiful weather, and don't forget to keep on stamping. Bye.